was over. You knew it'd be a happy ending. Aang saved the world by defeating Ozai, and Prince Zuko became the new Fire Lord. Everything was perfect. Well, almost perfect.
Sokka!
We find our heroes at the Earth King's palace, where they've begun planning the Harmony Restoration Movement, an initiative that will remove the Fire Nation colonies from the Earth Kingdom. And thus begins the celebration. But the war wasn't over just yet. Struggling with the pressures of being the new Fire Lord, Zuko saw how he could easily slip down the same terrible path as his father. Zuko asked Aang to make a promise. Aang must kill Zuko if he ever saw him turning into his father. Aang was reluctant, but he promised.
Who's there?
Who's this mysterious character? Why is she trying to assassinate Zuko? And why call him a traitor? The would-be assassin revealed herself as Kori, a citizen from the Fire Nation colony of Yudao and daughter of the town's mayor. To her, the Fire Lord's support of the Harmony Restoration Movement was a betrayal of Fire Nation families like hers, who had made the Earth Kingdom their home. As Fire Nation citizens living in the Earth Kingdom for generations, they weren't okay at all with this plan to send them back. Mayor Morishita even called Zuko weak compared to his father Ozai, and a traitor. Zuko didn't take that well. Meanwhile, back in the Earth Kingdom, Toph had begun training a motley group of students at her all-new metal-bending academy. These lily livers had a lot to learn, but that had to wait. Sifu Toph left to regroup with Team Avatar. Word was out. Fire Lord Zuko was backing down from the Harmony Restoration Movement and was holding up in Yudao. Aang needed guidance, so a conflicted Avatar connected with his past life, Avatar Roku. Would the Avatar be forced to fulfill his promise? How could he go and kill Zuko? They were friends.
I offer you this wisdom, Aang. You must be decisive.
Flame yo, Hotman!
When Aang and Katara landed in Yudao, it was obvious they were not welcome there. They were met with heavy resistance from Fire Nation troops.
Sorry!
Stop!
No! Let go of me! Aang! No! Aang, please. For me.
Once the commotion settled down, Zuko explained his change of heart. Yudao had become a place where Fire Nation colonials and Earth Kingdom people lived in relative harmony. The city was undergoing an industrial boom and thriving as the two peoples built it together. Zuko had come to realize he must respect his citizens' wishes. Aang disagreed. As the Avatar, he couldn't let the Fire Nation continue to occupy Earth Kingdom territory. Katara convinced the two to discuss the matter with the Earth King. When Zuko came home, he was greeted by Mei and the Kyoshi warriors. Suki, Ty Lee, and the others were brought in by Mei. She hoped the extra security would help ease Zuko's mind. But his restless nights continued.
I need your advice, Father.
Sokka couldn't take this Katang nonsense anymore.
Come on!
Toph rescued him from the Oogies by bringing him back to her academy. But when they arrived, Topanga, Hotun, and the Dark One had given up their studies and packed their bags. But why? Meet Master Kunyo of the Fire Nation. Before Toph's Academy, this was Master Kunyo's firebending dojo, until the Harmony Restoration Act forced him to leave. With Zuko backing down, Kunyo returned to reclaim his school. Toph was ready to settle this right here and now, but Sokka, being the smooth talker that he is, convinced Kunyo to agree to a one-of-a-kind battle. Toph's metalbenders versus Kunyo's firebenders for control of the school. Oh, did we mention our students couldn't metal bend at all yet? Back in the Fire Nation, the new Fire Lord was second-guessing himself at every turn. Ozai's advice to Zuko? As Fire Lord, whatever Zuko chose was right, regardless of what everyone else said. He warned Zuko he must do whatever was necessary in the name of the Fire Nation. Tensions were rising. Back at Ba Sing Se, Aang and Katara broke the news to the Earth King about Zuko's intentions. The Fire Nation citizens of Yudao weren't going to leave the Earth Kingdom, and Zuko had their support. The Earth King was furious. He ordered his army to invade Yudao, forcing the colonists to leave the Earth Kingdom or suffer the consequences. Meanwhile, Master Kunyo returned, certain his students would win the duel to reclaim the dojo. Team Beifong won back their academy, and Sifu Toph officially had her first class of metal benders. Zuko was confronted by Mei and Suki. They knew he'd been secretly meeting with Ozai and were worried about him. Before Zuko even had a chance to explain, he received a message from his spies. The Earth King was marching towards Yudao. Another war was on the brink of starting.
Go on! Strike me!
I'm sorry, Zuko. Time was running out. Back in Yudao, a resistance was building to defend their colony, led by none other than Cory Morishita. Katara and Aang tried to evacuate the city before the fighting started, but they were too late. Aang wanted to stop this conflict right here and now. He found a quiet place and sat with Roku once again. Roku said the Avatar must put the world before himself, his nation, even his own family. He clearly felt that Aang should fulfill his promise and end Zuko. Speaking directly to the Earth King, Aang told him that the nations could no longer be entirely separated. The colony represented a whole new kind of world, and Zuko had been right all along.
Zuko!
That night, Aang contacted his past life one final time. In the past, Roku's guidance helped Aang become a full-fledged Avatar. But the world was different now compared to Roku's time. Aang needed to start figuring things out on his own. In the wake of the Yudao incident, Zuko realized it was wrong to ask that promise of Aang. He was ready to face his duties of being Fire Lord, and now it was time to take a different leap of faith. He decided to search for his long-lost mother, and he was done asking Ozai.
Hello, brother.
In the small Fire Nation village of Hira, young Ursa's gotten the most wonderful news. Her boyfriend, Ikem, has asked her to marry him, and she said yes. But fate has other plans. Fire Lord Azulon showed up with his son Ozai. The Fire Prince had a proposal of his own. As Avatar Roku's granddaughter, Ursa could begin a powerful firebender bloodline by marrying Ozai. She didn't want to, but had no choice. She was forced to sever her connection to Hira, along with her family and Ikem. Fire Lord Zuko had decided it was time to find his long-lost mother. If he wanted to locate Ursa, he'll need Azula's help.
Oh! Stop!
And that isn't going to be easy.
Get back here!
Azula showed Zuko something their father had locked away for years. Before she disappeared, Ursa secretly sent letters to Hira. While it wasn't a huge lead, it was the first one Zuko had in years.
No!
Zuko recruited Team Avatar to accompany him to Hira. There was just one problem. Azula was joining them. Zuko had given his word she wouldn't travel as a prisoner. Of course, it was going to be hard for the team to trust her. But this was their best shot at finding Ursa. They set off for Hira. And as you probably guessed, it didn't take Azula long before she started sabotaging everything. But she didn't get far. During Sozin's comet, Azula had begun to hallucinate her mother, and it's getting worse.
I love you, Azula.
Yeah! Boomerang!
Are you okay?
Zuzu, you don't look so good.
After escaping the wolf spirit, Team Avatar set up camp. Wait, what's that hiding in Azula's boot? One of Ursa's letters? My dearest Ikem, it's taken me a long time to admit it, but you are right. I belong with you and nothing is worth this pain. My only consolation is our son Zuko. When I look into his eyes, it's as if I'm looking into yours. My thoughts are always with you. Love, Ursa. For many years, Ursa had been keeping mementos of her old life. She had never forgotten about Hera or Icum and had been secretly writing letters to him. But unbeknownst to Ursa, Ozai had been intercepting the letters, including the one Zuko just read. How was this possible? Could Icum be Zuko's real father? Ozai ordered a Yuyan archer to track down and assassinate Icum, but he barely made it back alive. He tracked Icum to the nearby forest, but after months of searching, he was never found.
I can't believe it!
Zuko shared the letter with the Avatar. Something didn't add up, and if Zuko was in fact not Ozai's son, his claim to the throne could be in jeopardy. Wait, that would mean Azula could...
There you are!
It became obvious why Azula kept that letter. She thinks it's her destiny to be Fire Lord. But they will never find Ursa if they keep fighting. They finally made it to Hera. In classic Team Avatar fashion, they threw on some disguises and headed into town. A large group gathered to catch the local theater performance, which looked like a good place to start asking around. Meet Norin, director of the Hera acting troupe. Ursa used to be a member years ago, so Norin recognized her name. He brought Team Avatar back to his home, where they met his wife Noriko and their daughter Kiyi. They told Zuko that Ursa left town many years ago. It was rumored that she married into the Fire Nation royal family. As for Icum, he disappeared shortly after. Some say he went to the Forgotten Valley, an ancient forest outside of town, but neither of them had been seen in years. Zuko felt Ursa getting closer as his final memory of her began to surface.
I'm only telling you for your own good. I know. Maybe you could find a nice Earth Kingdom family to adopt you.
Stop it! You're lying! Dad would never do that to me.
Your father would never do what to you? What is going on here?
I don't know.
It's time for a talk.
Azula told Ursa she overheard Azulon. He ordered Ozai to kill Zuko as punishment for betraying Iroh.
She knew I wanted the throne, and she proposed a plan in which I would become Fire Lord, and your life would be spared.
Ursa made a deadly medicine. Ozai used it to poison Azulon in his sleep. Then, to hide his deed and protect himself, he banished Ursa from the capital.
Mom? Zuko, please, my love, listen to me. Everything I've done to protect you. Remember this, Zuko. No matter how things may seem to change, never forget who you are.
When Team Avatar arrived at the Forgotten Valley, Aang felt a strong spiritual presence. He followed a flutterbat to a small pool. It was clear, peaceful, and tranquil.
Look out!
What's going on? Is the forest attacking them? No, wait. Someone's bending the water in the vines. They introduced themselves as Misu and Rafa, two siblings of the Northern Water Tribe. Several years ago, Rafa's face had been horribly disfigured. Not even the best healers in their tribe could help him. But Misu learned about an ancient spirit. According to the legend, this spirit could give people new faces and could possibly heal Rafa. That legend brought them to the valley, but they've had no luck in finding the mysterious spirit. Aang offered to meditate into the spirit world in order to find her. But Azula nearly ruined everything again. giant wolf spirit from before, but this time he's not attacking Aang. Mother of Faces arrived, and she did, in fact, know a woman named Ursa. After Ursa's banishment, she reunited with Icum. Together, they found the spirit and requested new faces and memories. The spirit had transformed Icum and Ursa into Norin and Noriko. This was it. With Ursa's identity revealed, Zuko needed to find her before Azula did. Luckily for Zuko, he made it back to Noriko's house with no Azula in sight. Back in the forest, Aang pleaded with the spirit to restore Misu's face. It was taken from him by Ko, the face stealer. Meanwhile in Hira, Zuko revealed his true identity as Fire Lord. But just as Zuko was about to get some answers...
It's over.
Back off, Azula! Come back!
After Azula fled, the Mother of Faces returned. She offered to restore Noriko's original face and memories, and Noriko accepted. The next morning, Zuko finally reunited with the woman who was truly his mother. With all of her memories back, she told Zuko his father was indeed Ozai. The letter Azula kept was simply an attempt to hurt Ozai, but they both knew the truth. Zuko's claim to the throne was legitimate. Now, Ursa had years of catching up to do with Zuko. Back in Yudao, Aang was approached by a mysterious figure who looked like another airbender.
Excuse me! Sorry! Hey, wait up!
It was Avatar Yang Chen. Just like that, she disappeared without a trace. No matter how hard Aang tried, he couldn't contact her through meditation. But he did have one more idea. He could connect with his past life through Yang Chen's festival, an air nomad ceremony that hasn't been held in over 100 years. He invited Team Avatar and the Air Acolytes to participate, but Toph wanted nothing to do with it.
I don't understand. What's the problem here?
Toph! It's okay, Katara.
To Aang's disappointment, they carried on without Toph. Next stop, a secluded meadow for a ceremonial meal. But when they got to the meadow, Aang couldn't believe it. This land was sacred to the air nomads.
Aang? Come on, we've gotta hurry. Oh, gross. Ugh.
They followed the stench to a river outside town, and the water was awfully polluted. Meet Satoru, a humble engineer working at the refinery. and probably Team Avatar's biggest fan.
Oh, man. Again?
Satoru showed them around the refinery. After the war, it had become a joint business venture between the Fire Nation and the Earth Kingdom. Earth, fire, and even waterbenders were working together to harvest the land's natural resources. It was an impressive display, but all Sokka cared about was the forklift.
Yeah! Woo! Ah! What was I thinking?
Aang realized the polluted river is what Yang Chen was warning him about. Satoru assured him it wasn't the refinery's fault. Toph knew he was telling the truth, but Aang didn't believe either of them.
What's going on?
A massive earthquake was bringing down the refinery.
Help me!
Toph, got it!
Let's go.
The rough rhinos appeared amid the chaos. The refinery's owner hired them for security and demanded an explanation to what just happened. Toph and her father hadn't spoken since she left Gaoling, but he denied even having a daughter.
Please escort the Avatar and his friends out.
Round him up!
Come on! We've got to get out of here!
After the fight, Toph needed to confront her father. Lao was extremely angry with her for running away. She wanted to make amends, but her father turned his back. Suddenly, Sokka barged into Lao's office. He and Katara discovered a cave by the refinery. They found an underground mine being run by rough rhinos in secret. It was the true source of the river's pollution and the earthquakes. Meanwhile, the air acolytes helped Aang complete the Yang Chen ceremony.
I am Avatar Yang Chen, young airbender.
She warned Aang of the ancient spirit that comes from the ocean. His name was General Old Iron. Long ago, Yang Chen defeated him after he began attacking humans. Yang Chen promised the spirit this land would remain untouched by humans, and it would return to its natural state. But that promise has since been broken, and Yang Chen knew he would soon return. It was another earthquake! Sokka found Aang and told him the underground mine collapsed. Toph, Katara, and the others were all trapped underground.
Come on, Twinkle Toes, hurry up!
In what could be their final moments, Lao apologized to Toph. Suddenly, backup arrived. Toph's Academy students came to help. Together, they can earthbend everyone out.
Toph!
Aang! Katara! What is that thing?
A storm was coming. This was it. General Old Iron was returning. Aang and Katara evacuated the area. The only way to stop the spirit was to return the land to its natural state. Aang was going to destroy the entire town. Toph wasn't going to let Aang destroy what her father built.
Toph, please listen.
Keep your knees high, Twinkle Toes!
You think you're so tough? Get a grip before it...
It wasn't easy for Aang to fight him, but he managed to save the town and his friendship with Toph. Which comic book should we recap next? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for all things Avatar.